NFL Week 4 Sunday Night Football pits one of the best teams in the NFC against maybe one of the worst teams as the Green Bay Packers visit the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to break down the best bet for this game. We'll talk about what actually happened to Green Bay in Week 3. Of course, CeeDee Lamb out for Dallas, and much, much more. Welcome to Oddshark Ninja here with Nick Holtz. We're bringing you NFL primetime game preview content every single week. If you could do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. If you're brand new, it would be greatly appreciated. Nick, let's get into it here. You are a Green Bay Packers fan. What happened to your boys in Week 3? And can we look at that game as maybe a good loss, since there was a bit of hype around the Packers after that 2-0 start? So maybe that was a bit of a reality check.
Yeah, Packers fan, but I'm definitely going to give you my unbiased opinion on this game, right? So it was a brutal loss on Sunday, to be honest with you. Just a historically bad performance from the offensive line. They couldn't block anybody. I know Myles Garrett's an alien, but guys like Mason Graham and Malik Collins just absolutely decimating the Packers, albeit injured offensive front, but a brutal game all the way around. On the flip side, though, like you said, it is nice to get that Murphy's Law game out of the way, where everything that can go wrong does go wrong in September rather than the postseason. So I'd rather it happen in Week 3 than in January, right?
Dallas's season, on the other hand, just gets worse and worse. They're now without CD for at least a few weeks. So when you look at this Cowboys team, especially through the aerial attack, is it George Pickens prop time? Maybe not this week, but down the road? Or is there somebody else you're going to look at in that Dallas wide receiver room?
Yeah, a key loss for Dallas. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb has a huge night in Week 1. Dak Prescott's most trusted target. And now, thankfully you have George Pickens there on the outside, but he doesn't really operate the same way. He doesn't create a lot of separation for his quarterback to find him. And so it's going to be really tough for this Cowboys offense to move the football. They've historically struggled without CD on the field, going 0-2 last year and averaging only 13 points a game. So that's going to be really tough. And rather than looking at Pickens, especially with the Packers coverage numbers, I'm going to be looking at guys like Kevontae Turpin or Jalen Turbert for a little bit of value on Sunday night.
I look at this matchup with Green Bay's offense and the wide receivers, especially against this really bad Dallas defense. I guess I have a two-parter for you. Is this a game where Dallas just doesn't have enough in that defensive backfield to keep up with those Green Bay wide receivers? And I guess part two, how do you approach betting Green Bay wide receiver props in a game like this one where there are just so many options?
Yeah, a ton of options out there, and we've seen the Cowboys defense struggle this season. I mean, 31st in EPA per play allowed, 28th in drop back success rate. Now you've got Trayvon Diggs hurt, as well as Darren Bland banged up. I mean, even when they're healthy, you've got Kaiir Elam giving up a 137.5 passer rating. Diggs himself giving up 153.3 passer rating when targeted and 3 touchdowns. And we saw the Packers offense absolutely decimate the Cowboys in the playoffs just a couple seasons ago. Romeo Doubs had a big game that night. So you might want to target Doubs props, but I'm looking at Matthew Golden yet again. It really just hasn't clicked for him over these first 3 weeks, but against the Cowboys, who can't cover a thing, this guy has one of the highest separation scores in the NFL, and I think eventually it's going to click with Jordan Love, and Golden's going to have that breakout game. It could be Sunday night in Dallas, where the Packers thrive.
We talked about the Week 3 loss and how several elements of Green Bay on both sides of the football just sort of failed to click in that one. Are you concerned at all with Josh Jacobs and or the Packers run game so far? Just the 180 yards on 3.1 per carry and really stuffed by Cleveland last week.
Yeah, definitely concerned. I mean, Matt LaFleur obviously loves to run the football and establish the run, and we've seen Jacobs struggle this season so far, and a lot of that is due to the offensive line injuries, but Green Bay near the bottom in the NFL in run blocking grade, so that obviously needs to improve. Getting those guys healthy and back in practice this week, and hopefully have 5 guys practice all week and then take the field on Sunday night would certainly help. But 92% of Jacobs' rushing yards have come after contact this season, meaning he's getting hit right away in the backfield. And those, 3 yards of carry are just a testament to his ability to break tackles, to be honest. So I really hope that's something that improves here. And, the Cowboys could be without Kenny Clark on Sunday night, so could be the perfect get-right spot for the Packers rushing attack.
Small sample size, but the Packers are a perfect 3-0 for underbettors so far this season. Do you think this is something that bettors can lean on with Green Bay this season as a sort of steady underbet? And we're looking at a total of 47.5 this week.
100%. And I certainly am in this game as well. I mean, like I said, the Cowboys are going to struggle to score points without CeeDee Lamb. That's not the biggest secret in the world. And the Packers lead the league in points allowed per game and yards allowed per play. So this is also a defense that's 7th in passing yards allowed, 3rd in rushing yards allowed, 5th in sacks, and 8th in opponent passer rating. So definitely a team I'd lean on for unders moving forward here, especially with, Matt LaFleur's propensity to take the ball out of Love's hands and just give it to Josh Jacobs in the running game and kind of lean on that rushing attack, especially when the Packers have the lead.
We'll get to your pick in a moment here, but BetMGM offers what's called a second chance NFL first touchdown scorer promo, which goes like this. If you place a touchdown scorer bet, which we all do, and your pick doesn't score first, you get a second chance. So if he scores the second touchdown, you get your original stake back. That is over at BetMGM. And if you don't have an account there, I'll drop a link down below in the description so you too can dabble in their second chance first touchdown scorer promo. Looking at the odds here, Green Bay 7-point fave on the road, total of 47.5, like we mentioned. In my opinion, just looking surface level at this, plenty of betting options, player prop wise, quarter markets, first half markets, whatever. But what are you looking at betting for this one, Nick?
Yeah, a lot of markets to touch on Sunday night, and it should be a show, as it always is in Jerry World. Matt LaFleur, 5-0 straight up and 4-1 against the spread against the Matt Eberflus coached Chicago Bears. Eberflus now the DC in Dallas, and when he was calling defensive plays, LaFleur's offense outscored his team by 10 points per game in those matchups. Again, without CeeDee Lamb, this Cowboys team struggles to move the football. And the Packers are 5-0 straight up and against the spread in their last 5 trips to visit the Cowboys, dating all the way back to 2013. So I'm on the Packers here. I got them at -6.5 the other day, but definitely shop around on that. If you're playing teasers this week, they make a great 6-point teaser bet as well. And then if you're looking at player props, I'm going to be on Rashawn Gary to grab a sack. He's already up to 4 on the year, and Micah Parsons opens up a lot of opportunities for him. You might want to bet on Parsons to get one in his return to Big D as well.